So I registered an account on a website that has a map of the game because I'm like, that's how I'll help keep track of where I haven't been. Because, like, you know, I can kind of try to make mental notes of individual boss fights and things that that I would need to come back for later. But it's just a giant chaotic landscape. It can be hard to keep track of all those. Well, where's the portal? Oh. I was in the middle of the ocean, right? Yeah. Let's see here. F12, right? Is that how it works? Trying to remember how to use the screenshot feature from before. Yep, okay. So if you take screenshots of a game, they show up in the screenshot gallery for Steam. So we're going to go back into blueprints mode as far as me trying to keep track of things that I'm coming back for later. And I'll try to make this be my system. I was on a website and they're like, yeah, you can toggle off individual things. You can toggle off and off categories of things to browse this map. I'm like, okay, cool. That could be helpful. Then I started trying to disable individual things that I'd found so far, because then I'm like, okay, there's the islands I've already been to. This is a way of being able to check off all the ones that I've been to so far. And I fucking, it's like, you gotta make an account for that. And so I was like, okay, I made an account for that yesterday, between episodes. I think this is the one that I'm still stuck with. Maybe get out of that cloud a little bit so I can screenshot a little better. Oh, the cloud's just random, yeah. There we go. Hopefully the in the background helps me find it. I'm not sure how much better these are. I guess these might help. I don't know, man. Just trying to have any kind of system I can use to tell where I've been. I thought I already got that one. Do these respawn? I don't know. This is my problem, is that it's just a giant chaotic map where it's just really hard to remember in really specific detail. You can kind of systematically explore it the first time around, just to be able to like have an idea of where you've been and haven't been. Like you can kind of keep track while you're going. But then once they're like, okay, so now the entire map that you've already explored is now covered in a bunch of floating bonus objectives that are just arbitrarily floating in the sky everywhere. And you have full reign of the map, so you're not really exploring it in like a methodical way, like based on any kind of internal boundaries, but now just kind of fly everywhere. It's like immediately, especially when you're not, it's not like a top-down camera where you can scrape back and forth and like operate on a grid. It's like complete freedom. Like there's at best a compass on the screen. There's just like a very real element of like, how am I going to keep track of where I've been? Oh God, how do I remember?
Hang on tight.
I genuinely don't remember if I've been here, but I don't think I've been here before. This is interesting. It's like the shape of an obliterated building. It looks like the mansion floor. Sorry, this has been an ADHD day in general. It's one of those days where I really feel like I have ADHD. This morning, I'm writing my visual novel for November. I don't like November. November was much better because it's November. Yeah. November has terrible mouthfeel. Do not like this pun. Especially when November was right there, and it is admittedly a bit of more of a bait and switch, because you have to abandon the B entirely. But November sounds more like November than Novembuck. That's horrible. Anyway, my brain's fucked today. It's one of those days where I'm like, I genuinely think I have ADHD, and I'm really annoyed that that I couldn't get somebody to take me seriously. Because I first of all woke up late because I stayed up too late, which is the first accident. Whoops. So I woke up at like 10, but you know, I have this job, I'm allowed to do that. But every day, because I'm trying to write this visual novel for the Game Jam, I'm going to either a Panera Bread or a public library, depending on how I feel and what's open and whether or not I want to have breakfast or dinner there, essentially, in the case of the one that serves food. And I just try to write in this third space away from home, because I try to go into a separate place to put me into a headspace that allows me to write specifically. Because if I try to write at home, that I just cannot be on task. Like the only thing I can do at home is this job where I'm in the middle of recordings and have to commit to it while it's happening. But like, I cannot make myself write at home. It's been an ongoing problem for years with my trying to do the essay channel and so on. And so my problem solving, trying to make the stuff work for the this jam, because I'm on a time limit and people are depending on me. I'm going out into the world and trying to find spaces that make me write and so on, which I can hopefully use this information going forward as new strategies to manage myself for the essay channel and actually have output again sometime. This is such a nested fucking topic that I'm gonna be lost in it at this point. But today I fucking it's just such a shit show of like, I wake up at 10, I go to the gym, I come home from the gym, I get takeout on the way home, so I have takeout for breakfast. I'm like, okay. And then suddenly, it's like, it's already late. It's already like 3 p.m. I'm like, that isn't math. How the fuck, what did I do? I didn't watch a TV show, or a movie, or play a video game. How did all those hours go away? So I don't understand. So I scrambled to go to the library, but I realized I forgot to bring my tea with me that I was going to drink on the way there. So I stop, I drive past the library, go to a convenience store, get some tea to drink just in the car, in the parking lot outside the library, just to have like a drink before I commit to just sitting in a place with no food and water for hours. And then I somehow lose 40 minutes in the car, and I'm like, how the fuck is all that time gone? And then I walk out to the library, finally, and they're closed, because they're closed on Sunday and Monday, and today's Monday, and I'm like, oh, fuck, this entire thing was a fault. Now I have to, so now it's like I have to drive in the opposite direction, past my house, for like half an hour to get to my alternate places to write, at which point my window of time will rapidly be depleting, and it'll be time for me to meet up with Luxury tonight to play a game I've scheduled to play with him tonight at 7 p.m., which was supposed to be a fine time to do that, because I had I had so much time to do everything else today. I should have been totally ready by 7 p.m., but now the time's rapidly approaching, and I'm just like, I just gotta give up. I just gotta give up and record a couple episodes of Clair Obscur in the tiny time I have left, because it's not gonna be enough time to really get into writing, especially with travel time, and I just have to admit defeat on a day for functionally no reason. Like, there's just no reason why today I had to go this bad. But anyway, that's just an explanation of how my brain is a scattershot mess today, and I can't fucking hold the thoughts in my brain, apparently, in the nightmare that I'm in right now. But that was a nested topic, because I was trying to get to how I kept failing to explain the map situation, which is that I found a website, and I'm like, they'd let you toggle on and off categories of collectibles. I'm like, that's fine. I don't really want you to show me where all the collectibles. I just want a map that shows me every location in Clair Obscur listed with little arrows, so I can cross them out as I go to them, because at this point, it's not really an exploration game. I can just freely go everywhere. I just need to be able to tell which ones I've done so far and which ones I haven't. And so those fuckers are like, oh yeah? I know cookies exist, but if you want us to actually keep track of any of the individual things you're toggling off, you're going to need to make an account. So I make an account, and then I start manually checking off each piece of the map one by one. I'm like, yeah, get rid of the Sacred River, get rid of the Frozen Hearts, get rid of both parts of Lumiere, because both the entrance and exit are listed separately. So I'm manually removing all the main story locations I've already been to, all 3 of these from Monoko Station, blah, 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 just across the whole map, just so I can then try to narrow it down to the places that I would need to. And before I even finish getting rid of all the narrative spots that I've already done, the game says, the website says, in order to save more than 50 tokens, you need to pay a monthly fee for this service. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Remember back when Achievement Hunter or whatever just like hosted like websites for this shit for free? Maybe back before that entire website got obliterated because of a fucking like company merger and shit. So I put all this time into having a system, and I thought I had a thing that was gonna work. And those fuckers want to charge me a monthly subscription for making my life slightly easier, because I don't want to construct my own map from scratch to keep track of which fucking floating islands I've been to so far, because I can't tell which ones are which because they all look the same. So that's how my day's going. It's not a flaw against the game exactly. Don't take it as a complaint against the game exactly, although it is like I don't love when JRPGs are like, here's an airship. Like that entire approach of having some kind of equivalent of an airship, that level of freedom is always kind of frustrating to me, just because like the game has level design up until then. Like you're interacting with the boundaries and using them to help you navigate and to prioritize where to go next, and to sort of like, okay, so now I have a branching path of 3 different roads, and which one do I go down next? And I'll try to keep a mental note of which ones I've done yet and try to guess which one's the optional one to go first, and so on. Then they just let you fly, and you're like, oh, now the whole map doesn't matter. I can go anywhere in any order. There's no particular guidance even what order to try to approach things in, which is inherently what levels do. And instead, there's just like a massive map with 50 billion things, and I'm just like, I just have to try to process not only where I have been and where I have and haven't been, but also on top of that, keep track of which things I couldn't do at the time and remember them for later, without having any especially easy way to denote what that thing is and where it is and why I couldn't go back to it without taking just a mountain of notes and making my own entire map of the game, I guess, at some point. It's a lot sometimes. Do these individual paintings do something? So it is a big ol' like obliterated version of the map of the overall place. I gotta close my door. I keep my door open because this game makes my computer run really hot, and then my whole room gets hot, and then I'm just sitting here sweating the whole time I'm recording it. And since Andrew's not home most of the day, I just leave the door open. But then once he gets home, I need to close the door, both because noises will happen in the house that will pick up on the mic, and because I get really self-conscious of the fact that I'm just obviously talking out in the open in front of somebody that's just like being a normal human, and that makes me feel insane. Even if there's no universe where I'm being judged for doing a Let's Play, obviously, with the person I've done the most Let's Plays with, I feel insane and self-conscious, and it's distracting in a way where I can't focus on the game anymore. This is the worst introduction to a video I've ever made. This is just fucking 12 minutes of me in what I'm going through lately. And it's not interesting, because it's not actually real problems. The path is open. Only one may enter. One warrior, one path. So it's like a gauntlet of challenges for every individual person who will dedicate themselves to this painted path. I don't like this. Because I don't know which path is which. Luna, the path opens. One warrior, one path. That implies that every single glaze. It implies that every single one of them has to solo beat a boss fight, I think. And once you pick a character, you can't pick them again. And you have to do everyone against these guys uniquely. I have no idea what the difficulty tier of this place is. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Interesting. The stains still generate. Oh, that's not bad. That's a lot of damage right there. Okay, so the stains still generate even when you're attacking a shield, which is good news. Bonus fire damage? They look like they're weak to fire, yeah.
I'll do it.
It can't be this easy, can it? This is surreal.
Thunder, strike swift.
I'll just say it again. Instance 5,000 of me having this thought. What is the difficulty curve of this game? What is the intended difficulty? What is the intended order of content? This is like 5 feet away from stuff that is so crushingly difficult that I worry if I'll ever be able to do it. Like, you see my confusion, right? We're in the post game too. You unlock all this content at the same time when you unlock flying. So you'd think it'd be comparable difficulty. And it still isn't. It's so weird. I don't understand. Okay, so yeah, Luna is gone, as I expected. I have no, there's no indication of what difficulty each one is, so I have no idea when to save people for that I might think will be tougher. We're just gonna have to hope for the best. Can break, but there's no break to do yet. I don't need healing. It's somewhat tempting just to give myself shields somewhat wastefully. Because one of its biggest advantages is oh. Alright. Failed all of that. I feel like he wasn't even responding to me hitting the parry button. Like he just stood still and took it, which is rough. I don't know if I'm just crazy there. I wonder if you can take back who you committed to a particular portrait if they fail. God, I'm trash at this. They don't have different parry timings, do they? The player characters, I mean. Okay. Well, I parried the first two that time. I guess that's something. I guess I can just infinitely never die. Well, I still have shields on me, so I guess I might as well. Yeah, let's get the free attack in, I guess. Is that worth getting? Oh yeah, it's pretty strong. And apparently... Oh yeah, Agile Mass Cut makes it cost 0 AP. That's the whole point. So I can kind of just spam it. This is damage and heal. Oh. My self-healing ability deleted him. Okay. That was a lot of damage. Huh. I kind of thought this was going to almost be like a final gauntlet of, oh man, time to prove yourself. Have you made every single individual character strong? And then it's like, it's whatever. Ew. It's not great. Oh, you're the same thing as the things that I was fighting a minute ago, yeah. Oh, they're horrible. Oh, it's so delayed. Wow, yeah. I gotta get this together. That attack takes so long to fire. Rude. Now you're in trouble, boy. Heals all allies by 30%. Target plays immediately and gains 4 AP. They made it a net -1, so if you cast it on yourself, it's not a bonus. Although it would be funny if there's a way to make it give you more AP, and then she casts on herself or something. Ah. Ah. Damn. I'm in trouble.
Take your shot.
Damn it. I don't have enough for the break. Rude.
Here's your card. Take Take your shot.
Oh. God, counters are so strong even on the weak character. Oh, I missed. Damn it.
Not today.
Why can I never get that?
Your number is painted.
Good. I have no idea how much damage that did. It seems strong. I kind of feel like I just don't have a concept of how strong attacks are in this game, in general. And the game has tooltips that indicate the strength, but I think they're just wrong, which is not helpful. The path is open, only one may enter. One warrior, one path. Oh, that's one of these guys. It's been a while.
Void, take everything.
Oh my god. Ah. Bye-bye. Well, this one should just be comical. Oh, you're so much higher level than the other enemies I've fought. I don't know if he literally is, but the source enemy that he is, like, oh wait, no, Stillact is just the guy from Monoko Station. Why didn't I act again? Is Cheater not active, or does he, or it's the thing that he just did something he does not when it's not his turn? Oh. Whoops. Wish I had reacted to not press the button anymore a little sooner. I might be in some trouble. I can't even fight back because the fucking shot heals him. No. Okay, something that's not fire. Some of these are not fire. Physical, light, and light, yeah. So I've got some options. You prick. There you go. Oh my god, that does so much damage. Alright. At least there's the... Oh, I can do it again. Okay, so it's still an easy fight. Here, I was worried. Stalem. It kind of sounded like the sound was coming from behind me, although I'd imagine it's the staircase. American suit. What? Okay. That is a map of the world. Of our world. I was wondering if Lumiere was supposed to be actually in France. Like that's a map of the world. Okay, that's Earth. Although because it's painted in and everything's fictional, I don't know if that's just confirming that the Paintress, like if Alicia and everyone lives in the real world that is Earth, or if specifically France, the Lumiere version of France, is also supposed to be in France. Are they both on Earth? One being a painted Earth? Or is it only one or the other? Because you could have painted the globe into this setting without this setting being on that globe. I actually don't know what the boundaries are of this world. Is this a whole world, like a globe of world? Or does it end at specific boundaries? Was the silhouette of every enemy actually there in the first place? I didn't even see that guy. Yeah, he's the hardest one to see. The first glance, you're just like, you don't see anything. It's really him having an obvious stalact with a lit background really highlights that it's an enemy, and then you're like, hang on a minute. Oh, look at all them. Huh. Interesting mix of like that's a high level difficult enemy that's annoying and to fight, and then that's just the jar guy from the beginning of the game, and he doesn't even feel that much stronger. Huh. Okay, well, we made it. It is 7:53-ish, I believe. Which is not the current time.
What have we here?
Base shield. +1 shield if not afflicted by any shield on turn start. Oh! Neat. That is a base shield. That is pretty helpful to just have a shield auto-apply every turn. That is a significant number of soaked hits over the course of a given fight. Even if a lot of enemies like to multi-hit, that's still a lot of soaked hits. Healing Tinsel to apply shell, don't really care. Healing boon. Heal HP on the buff. 100% crit chance on a stunned target. Definitely want to keep track of that one. Critical stun. Where is it? Okay, it is favorited. Good. We want everyone to have that in the long term, because then we can really have advantages against you just really want break to be as strong as possible whenever it does happen. The fact that break is based on it does kill me that enemies have multiple turns, and that break can have the stun wear off before they even have before you even get to respond to it. But I think that the obvious response to that is for you to say to me, that's because your speed is too low and you should level your speed. Because if you level your speed, it might even invert. Maybe you have more turns than they do. Because the stats do seem relatively impactful on some level. It's just when you make a game that taps into Dark Souls-ish stuff, where it feels like getting hit is very punishing, so you should just get really good at the mechanics for not getting hit. That also de-emphasizes the value of defense in many cases, and it often leads to players going further and further into risk-reward, where they just go all in on doing as much damage as possible, while just trying to mitigate all of it in the long term. Which does lead to a lot of players wanting to just stack damage, which I think it sounds like a lot of people do. If shield is not afflicted by any shield, yeah. Let's do healing. Actually, let's do that and the 1. It costs 1, and it reduces your health to 1. Critical rate 108%. That's a really strong passive, at least. Yeah, I think having base shield in the 1 gives her somewhat more chance of surviving trying to level up the skill. Otherwise it's gonna be... Actually, let's not do this. I'm gonna have to learn the 1 manually by grinding. Because yeah, we're trying to do what are most likely boss fights. Let's not equip the you die in 1 hit skill, even if it's somewhat mitigated by the shield, which the enemy might have a turn first and just kill you before even a single shield happens. Wait, is there no boss fight? Wait, is this everything? Oh, I thought there's more over here, so I thought I was gonna go out into a boss fight. Oh, it was just 5 recycled enemies that weren't very hard. Oh, I thought I was unlocking access to a big final encounter. That's gonna be like some crazy remixed boss. You kind of just expect like a chromatic, at minimum. Huh. Okay, so it was just this whole place rewards you with base shield, which is that's a good Lumina to get. I want to learn that. Gotcha. It's not even going to give him any more crit rate. Oops. Might be some diminishing returns here. He's not even done leveling up his A stat yet. I didn't even notice that. Whoops. I have no idea how you measure speed against anything else. Hmm. There we go. She wasn't even built for her current build because she has a new weapon, and so her stats changed again. So she could be doing more damage this whole time. But also one of her 2 scaling stats is crit, which is pretty nice. Yes, my goal is to screenshot all of the dungeons that I have to leave and give up on. So then I'm trying to then, as best I can, keep track of which ones I have not checked yet and try to check all those ones. It's interesting seeing them up here. So the mount... Were the stalactites even really in the Frozen Heart level? It's interesting that the Frozen Heart is framed by 2 stalactite statues that someone made for some reason, but it was mostly known for like dancers and stuff.
Here we go.
There's the Sacred River. Been through most of that stuff. What about that one? There's a few hidden places, but I want to also look into... I want to look into you, actually. Interestingly, you can't, like, mark the map. You think you'd be able to mark the map to say, like, I want to go there. Can I land up here? Is this a thing? I think this might be Monoko Station.
Flashing through the sky.
It goes around... Yeah. Oh, this is something too, though. I don't... There's so many floating things in the distance, it's hard to keep track of which ones I maybe have and haven't gone to. I'll go to this island first, but I want to nab this up real quick.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I want to investigate any floating island I happen to fly up to as soon as I can, because I feel like I might immediately then, if I don't, I might immediately like think of it as a place I've already been to and then move on. But yeah, that's where I was going though, is I wanted to go to that. That was one of the islands you could see that you just couldn't get to, and clearly was indicating that you'd be able to fly at some point. Also, this guy is just floating. Do you have a sky fight like with the Paintress, where you fight him on top of our bud? This one's called Sky Island, which is honestly not that descriptive at this point. 78 was here. So we've found a few more expeditions. Ah. All those top ones are gone. Still don't know who Julie and Simon are. We're down to 3 expeditions total? 51, 52, and 60. I wonder if they're to be discovered in this sequence of places, or if I missed them. I don't have a great memory for numbers, so I can't really reliably be like, oh yeah, I totally missed that one. In fact, my brain is currently going like, wasn't Expedition 60 Luna's parents' expedition? But then we would have found it. In fact, yeah, I remember finding their document, so it can't be that. You wouldn't be resistant to an element, would you? That'd be rude. Oh, he's weak to it, and also that was loud. That was weirdly loud. Well, this is bad news for you. Yay! God, having his normal attack break. Verso is so comically unfair. It doesn't even make sense. I guess I'll apply more burn because he's weak to burn, so when it triggers, it's going to really hurt. And this scales with burn. Oh my god. 280,000 damage, and then the burn. Highest damage 260. I don't know if that was Verso's attack or if that was the burn at the end that we didn't get to see the number for. Marrow. Oh, new Monaco weapon. His third one ever. What the fuck, game? Ballard leveled up? Did I do that or did that happen on its own? It's specifically at 20. I might have done that. Almost my name, which weirds me out. Marrow. Switch to Almighty Mask on breaking an enemy. Almighty Mask gives 2 AP to allies. 50% increased break damage. Not terrible, but I'm not usually waiting for him to break. He can, but other people can too. Especially now that Verso does it on his own with his normal attack. They're weirdly low on ideas. I only have 3 weapons on this entire character, which makes them feel weirdly undercooked. Especially with that, like, I've been kind of thorough at exploring, so it's weird, right? Verso has like 40 weapons, and his friend has 3? But, in those 3 weapons, 2 of them have the Almighty Mask gives everybody AP. That's weird. Oh! Okay. Can't usually jump off ledges. Scared the shit out of me. There's something up there.
Well,
Greater slow. 15% bonus speed reduction. Slow doesn't come up very much. Is sniper faved? No, we should fave that. It's a pretty good ability, at least for Verso. Oops. That's already started. Charging weakness is a little niche in that you don't know if it'll be available in a given fight, but if it is, oh my god, that's a lot of gradient. Greater slow. Let's go ahead and learn that. Is there anywhere to go? That might be this whole place. There was essentially a boss fight and a Picto. That is sometimes all there is in a place. The fact that I have free reign to hop off ledges makes me paranoid that I'm supposed to do platforming somewhere. I don't see grapple points of either kind, the climbing kind or the zipping to it kind. IDK, my BFF Jill. Critical rate of 85%? She just exclusively crits. Is crit like weighed against anything to offset it? Mael has such a comical amount of crit because it's also her current damage scaling attribute that she can level. That's terrifying. Okay, so we've been there. I'm definitely curious about the giant serpent thing, which apparently took out one of the expeditions at least. Is that the ones that were isolated over here on that place seem to be talking about it? But yeah, I wondered about this island for a while. Which also seems to have a copy of the same manor on it. This place is teasing us for a while. It's just a bunch of conspicuous... It looks like limestone and stuff or something. But like, yeah, it's just perfectly enclosed. But there's nothing here beyond the portal. White sands. Right, sandstone makes a bit more sense.
Accord silencieux de nos âmes, lèvres fantômes, et râle pâle. Lumière s'éteint.
What? That made me think I had a YouTube video running in the background. Alyssa. What?
It's that
Elle s'élève,
manor from old Lumiere.
seule,
So that's where
sans
it
détour,
went.
No,
songe,
something's
sans
different.
retour. Lumière.
Lumiere.
Les pétales d'iris envahissent les rues du jour déclinant, nuées complices du clair obscur vacillant, nuances de chagrin, ils dansent autour des heures littorales, éclipse, florale, lumière s'éteint, variation dans l'air, vapeur de nos chairs, respiration amère, lumière s'éteint, contretemps volontaire, contre-champ solitaire, lumière s'éteint. Si le temps se perd à contre-courant, les miroirs sans teint dévoilent leur nature. Si nos pulsations jouent à contre-cœur, notre amour veillera sur la mesure. Lumière s'éteint.
For a translation, go over to Toaster's channel, where he probably understood that. Because I think he also speaks French.
À l'heure du jour,
I have no idea what he's saying.
lumière s'éteint. Attache charnée, cordage resserré.
I reflexively want to like let it all play so that you get to hear all of it in case you can tell what it's saying, but because I can't understand it at all, I actually can't tell if he's repeating himself or not. I sincerely can't keep track. Huh. So it's this weird zone with one... it's a music track hiding at the back of it. Which might even feature that those vocals for all I know. I don't know. But there's just what looks like the manor up on a mountain where you can't reach it. I almost wonder if it's like some fourth wall break style thing. What he might be saying. It oddly gives the vibe of like a glimpse behind the development curtain or something. But I genuinely don't know what the implication is. That is clipping straight through it in a weird way. It just looks strange. Huh. Okay. Don't know what to make of that one. Hi! Your tail's also a brush. Oop. Friendly? Friendly? Are we friendly? Serpenphare. Oh. Oh, that's gotta jump. Damn. Ah, 2 of us are dead already. Absorbs all AP? Oh, God. Increases its speed and gains shields?
I'm ready.
What the fuck? What do you mean? It takes all of your AP. Can you parry that? Did I not jump over that, really? It just keeps getting faster. Man, I couldn't get the timing for anything correctly. What? I don't know about this one, man. Absorbs all AP? Resistant, of course. What else would they be? Apparently I had some AP. Why did I have AP? Oh, because he gains AP on turn start, which might turn into a series of attacks. If he's lucky. They have 1,000,000 health, oh my goodness. Did I do anything? Why did it say that he absorbs the LAP again? I did not do much damage here. Oh, the fire damage though. What? Did it say that he absorbs all AP and explodes? Is there a part where you can tell how much AP they've absorbed? Is a thing is this something charging up? This feels like a fight you should do solo. If it's going to be this unreasonable and all the AP makes it stronger, then maybe you just need to fight it as a single character, like Verso alone, with the bonuses on solo modifiers. The timing is changing, right?
Try me.
Aha. But yeah, these counters don't even do damage because they have 1,000,000 shield. Rude. What is the most hits? 3 hits, 3 hits, 3 hits. Everything it does 3 hits, except for the ones that do 1 hit. It's not very helpful. Definitely not going to cause a break. But it says they absorbs all AP. So does every AP? It's funny. It's funny that it's APs. That's technically accurate. Action points, but it feels so wrong to say APs. So if I shoot them with a gun, does each of that count as an AP? Are they gonna now explode my whole team?
Try me.
keep missing the first parry, damn. One hit, one hit. One hit. Yeah. So nothing that's gonna burn through all the shields, really.
Your turn to dance.
Why do I keep... I can't believe I keep missing that tail swipe.
Not today.
Damage. Stop. God, the first three are really hard. I need to just remember to not try to parry them since it ends with a grading attack anyway, so it's kind of pointless. I can't even get to the shield.
Must rage.
No, my APs don't explode. It's rude. Thankfully, gradient counters have a really forgiving window.
Violence.
Stop.
I'm waiting.
I need to also not try to parry that since it doesn't end in a parry thing anyway. So parries are useless beyond the AP you might get. Ah, I tried to jump over it, which should make sense. Like, if the second one's a jump, why isn't the first one a jump? But yeah, now you have to dodge, not jump. Damn it. Damn it.
I'm embarrassed.
It's not gonna hit. That's so annoying. Ah, there's not enough shields. Rude. Really do just have to spend all my attacks I can, because otherwise they'll suck up my AP. Damn. Might be able to get this. Might want to build someone to do it. I don't know if solo will help. Might just have to brute force it because they absorb all the AP. I'm not sure what's smartest here. We'll see.